Hello everyone. So in previous video we discussed about the requirement. So as per that we need to create the application. So in the requirement is to create an application for managing the institute data. So the institute have multiple branches and it will provide multiple courses. It will provide multiple courses. Okay. So key point here is we already know what are the data we need to store, but in Mendix, first of all, before creating the like pages and all, there will be several steps we need to do. First step is to see what kind of which database we need to connect. So based on the client and all, the database may be differ. So let's say some client want us to work on the PostgreSQL. So how we are going to configure that? In local we install PostgreSQL and using this option here we can select the database. By default currently we are selecting built-in database, but here Mendix support different databases. So we can choose any database out of this and we need to provide the URL, username and password and database name. As of now, I'm continuing with the this one default database. Okay. So let me click on OK, default database. Now, second step is to configure the roles. So by default, as I mentioned, in Mendix we have two levels of security: app security or project security, and module level security. The difference is all module security will be mapped to project level security roles. So in order to enable that, either the security has to be selected as prototype or production. So let's say prototype. The difference between prototype and production is in the prototype, during the development, at any phase, we want to give a demo to the end user. So what happened? Let's say we completed only two features. We created a overview page for student, overview page for teacher, and overview page for admin. So who can see what page? So based on the role, how user will end user will it will be displayed to end user. We can show using this proto demo version. Like we can give a demo. When you select a demo, you can create demo users. So as of now, there are two demo users here, but I will going to create a proper. If it is in production means it is ultimately end users only we can see here. End users can work on that basically. Till that time only prototype to give the demos until the product implementation complete. We will use a prototype. So the next step after the settings, so that like database configuration or settings, the next step is to configure the roles. In this application, we decided we have three roles. One is administrator, other one is the student and teacher. Student and other one is a teacher. Okay. So in order to create this thing, we can click on OK. So the other things we have here, administrator. Each Mendix application have default administrator, MX admin 1. And the role will be administrator, but we can change the role. So let's say teacher want to be administrator, then we need to assign the teacher role here. And demo users we know it is the for the demo purpose. So here it is a demo student. So let's give student. Okay. Similarly for demo teacher also we will create a demo underscore teacher and select the role teacher. And anonymous users means let's say we are creating the registration process like e-commerce kind of application. There to view the products and all, registration not required. Until they select and submit order, then only the user can log in. So till that they can access the application as an anonymous user. So to enable an anonymous user, we need to click on yes and we need to select the specific role which act as an anonymous user. The password policy for application you can configure here. So here what are the modules basically? So in Mendix we have different modules, right? Different modules are module is nothing but specific functionality. For each functionality implemented by one module. Let's say SS4 implemented in Mendix SS4 module, and if account management implemented in the administration module, like that. Now once you enable it as a prototype, you can see the security icon here also, and give the proper names. Teacher we give, student, and admin. We required three roles, right? So and we need to check whether these roles are mapped, modules are properly mapped to the project level or not. For administrator, we need to give the my first module admin role basically, not the student role. So once you see, this is the second step. So you configure the database, then configure the security, means roles and all you configured. Now also you can see how it appears. So once you select prototype, you can, the third one is the navigation. If you see here, it is allowed to the end user student only. So here you can go to this page. Here you can see visible for student only. So you can give it for teacher and admin also. But we can do other way also. Okay. If you none means everybody can see, but here now student only can see this page. Okay. But as of now, I'm giving for everyone. Otherwise, we can do one more thing. Just let's see what happens. I create a blank page. So it is a student's overview page, let's say. Page. Okay. So here I gave blank page, right? Student's overview. Student overview. Let's see. Similarly, duplicate this page. Either we can create a new page or I can duplicate this page. As of now, I'm duplicating. I am renaming it as a teachers overview page. Let's say we will not give yes students plural thing student overview int and teacher overview. And here for student overview we have labeled this one teacher overview. I will go teacher overview. Okay, now the student overview is visible for only student. I gave it as like that. Now teacher overview I gave it for teachers. The teacher can see this thing. Let's go to navigation and see. Now for this first page, default page, I give only access to admin. So why I am creating this page? Now I want to show you what kind of thing happen when you selected prototype for production. So both the cases we can configure the roles and role specific changes. Like as of now you are behaving as a prototype user or prototype demo user. So you give the prototype access. So now you can see these only access. You can configure page access, custom logic access you can give, like whether the custom logic is available to the specific user or not. As of now, page access I give. But what happens now? We need to add a navigation all these three pages. Now let's say I add the teacher page and student page. Teacher overview. Let's select some the make on anything. Say I stick for this to teacher. I will explain about this options, but as of now, I'm just giving the access permissions to this particular pages. So at the page level, we define this page is access to only teacher. That's why you can see user role is teacher. If security is prototype or production, you can see the user roles here. Otherwise, it will be blank. So let student or you also create student or you page also, and select some icon to display. This is in the context menu. We can see the icon without name. And now select the page. Okay. Now what we done? See the difference. Now one more difference you need to observe here. If security is prototype or production, what happen? If it is off, what happens now? Click on OK. See the user roles are gone. So that means anybody can access any page. But if security is, and you cannot see this demo users also. Security is prototype or production. Currently I gave as prototype. You can see the roles and you can see security here. If I change the security to production, still you can see the security at the module level, and you can see all these roles also, etc., etc. But other difference when you select it as a production, I'm going to show you. When it's security as a prototype, what is the difference? When it is a production, now you go to module level security and see how many tabs you can see in the security thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So entity access extra will be enabled when it is production. Okay. You go to security and see. You can see the current project level security or app level security selected as a production. So these are 4 tabs. Entity access means database access. Otherwise, if security change it to prototype, click on OK. Now what happens? Security, you can give access up to page level or whatever the business logic level only. You cannot define or provide access to attribute level. That means, let me run the application and show how it looks like now. Currently, we are giving prototype security and I am running the application. Okay. I created 3 demo users. Okay. So we can see which user can see which what. Let me run the application, then I will show it. Click on view app, so it will be open in the browser. So other thing, like whenever we click and we enable the security to prototype or production, by default Mendix will enable the login page. So now end user can see this login page. So they need to login with default MX admin and 1 first time. Once they log in, as we enable the demo users, we are in prototype. We can see this table administrator, student, and teacher. Let me click on teacher. See the page will be okay. Teacher overview they can see here. If you go to student, so in the navigation menu they can see only this teacher overview. Student, so it will be like student overview. And if it is the administrator, they can see only home. But why we are seeing this home content in the other pages? Like I'm going to explain that. Let me go back to the modeler again. Okay. Let me go back to the Studio Pro one more time. Why it is showing like in Mendix navigation? Here we define the default home page. So by default, everybody can see this home page irrespective of the role, but we can configure the role-based pages. Let's say only for student, they can see student overview page only. Similarly for teacher, they can see now teacher overview. Okay. Other than this admin means you can see home underscore web only. So like this, we give the in the prototype we can configure which role can see what content or what page, but they cannot define in the content level What are the fields they can see that we cannot define at the prototype level? Using production only, we can define in a particular page, whatever the content we are displaying, let's say course details, they are looking at course details. They cannot see the, like, let's say teacher cannot see the price. Teacher can see only the course title and the course description. Okay. So that's the case. Now I updated this security configuration like this in the navigation and as well as the default home page. Now we will rerun the application and we will see what are the changes it is going to happen in the application. Previously we used to get extra page, then we can see only the navigation item. But now I'm going to show how it looks like after these changes. Let it be completed. This is the step 2. We are still in step 2 only. Step 1 is to update the configure the database. Step 2 is the security settings. Then step 3 is the navigation. So in the step 3 currently we updated the navigation. Okay. So let me click on here. So now you're able to see the, let me go to browser and we will see now how the application will behave. So by default we log in as administrator, but let me go ahead as a teacher. See the navigation itself changed. In the previously it as a home, but now teacher overview page. Similarly, change the role to student. So each role can see their page only, they cannot see the content in other pages. Okay, so that's the security thing. So in this video we will stop it here. In the next video we will see how to add what is domain model and how to add entities to the domain model, like liquid domain model entities.